March the 18th. The snow continued, and for some days it did seem like the winter would never let go. But as always, nature had her schedule to follow, and the sunny days returned once more. Time to get out again and under the shade of the trees. The forest still seems asleep after the days of cold. Since the shelter was dry already, I decided to stay inside and see if I could catch some signs of animal activity on camera. After hours of patient and silent waiting, I started to get a little frustrated. There was nothing to be heard or seen at all. The shelter proved to be a bit too narrow for a large gentleman as I, and at the end the only thing I got was a cold ass, numb legs, and the persistent idea that building a bigger and more comfortable shelter would somehow make my waiting more enjoyable. So, if the forest won't cooperate, I will make things happen myself. And I will do it as we do it in Jalisco. By now, you must certainly be wondering if this documentary is about the forest or about how I cut the forest down. Although I must honestly say that indeed I have left my footprint in this place, I can say two things in my favor. First, that I haven't used more than dead wood and very thin green branches as building material. And second, that as soon as I showed them the Mexican way, the other inhabitants of the forest seemed to wake up at last. Turns out that they just needed a bit of positive example. The idea was to build a shelter long enough so I could lay flat inside with my sleeping bag. There I would spend the night and hopefully I would be able to catch and film some of the activities of my wild neighbors early in the morning. Dead, semi-rotten logs served as walls, with vertical poles driven into the ground with the back of the axe as vertical supports. Thin, green saplings heated and twisted to make them pliable worked perfectly to tie it all up and keep it together. Obviously, I am not the only one with building in my agenda. Everyone wants to get their nest ready. Life is exploding in such a way that even the twigs I am using to weave the shelter ceiling continue to grow leaves. In the ground, things were moving fast as well, and the forest was soon covered with a carpet of white wheat bars, to the incalculable joy of this avid bumblebee. In no time at all, the shelter was finished and ready to be left alone for several days so the animals could get used to it.